Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs, where today we are going to build the Primaris Captain from the new Indomnitus box set. One of the figures I have been excited about. So, to start with, we need to pick a head. And you have three options: a plain head, a standard veteran blade guard head, and the really cool armored head with the visor. Aaron and I agree that this is the coolest head, so that's the one we're going to go with. So let's get our clippers, make sure they're nice and sharp, and we'll start cutting flat side of the clipper to the model. Get a nice clean cut. And we'll start chopping off the torso here. Alright, so now we're going to start cleaning up the pieces we cut off. We've got these little nubbins that tied the model into the sprue, so I'm just going to use an X-Acto blade, shave those down, get it smoother to the model surface. Then I'm going to take my file, and I'm going to file down where I shaved it with the X-Acto blade and the slight mold line that runs around the model. You don't have to do that, but it makes it nice and smooth, makes it look clean, and a clean model is a happy model. Now be careful filing the head. We want to get rid of the mold line, but we don't want to destroy more detail than we're illuminating. Alright, so we're going to set the head into the torso. I'm going to start pushing these together. So I got a slight fit on there, but one thing I like to do is, you're not supposed to have to glue these, but I like to. So I'll flip it upside down, and where you can't see the model, put some glue, a little bit along this seam line, and when I squeeze the model shut, the glue should have filtered into the seam line, and I'll bind the model together. So let me give it a good squeeze. Alright, let's get out the next parts. So some of the arms here. So let's get this sword arm. And we'll get this little shield. So we'll clean these three pieces up. Be careful filing around fingers and pommels. We don't want to destroy the detail in those, so just slightly move around them. Alright, we're going to put a little bit of glue, not on the dowel rod, or inside the hole of the arm. These are made to fit just exactly in those, so any glue or anything gets caught in that hole prevent us from pushing it all the way down. So we're going to put some glue just on the flat. And we'll do the same to the other side. Touch of glue in the flat part. And next we'll do the little shield. And just push it as far back as it'll go. Then it'll straighten itself up into alignment. There. So we're making some good headway here on the model. Let's put on his backpack. Now I'm not going to file or clean around the iron halo. These spines are just way too delicate, so I don't want to destroy them. Trying to make it look better, not worse. Alright, so we'll put a little bit of glue on the flat of his back. Next, let's start on his base. Now you have two options for base, the little generic one, or the big full plate covering where this Necron torso will go in. We're going to go for the full meal deal right there. And then these two will plug right into there. Then we'll put a little glue underneath them, make them a little more solid, and we'll let that dry as we move on to the shield. You can bounce around the model and let for different pieces of the model to dry before you start building on them. Now let's get the skeleton off for shield decoration. Alright, so you can see the skeleton plugs into there, but we don't want to put any glue, just on the flat near the peg. Maybe by the rib cage right there. Alright, to get a nice, line it up. Alright, now his shield's done. Now I'm not going to glue his shield on at this point. So what I'm going to do is when I prime him, I'm going to have the shield, we're going to do sub-assemblies. So I'm going to prime the shield and his body separate. That way when I paint, I can get behind the shield and into some of these details a little easier. But we'll just move that there right now. And we'll affix him to his base. So a little glue around that and on the foot. Definitely not on the rod as we discussed. And we'll wiggle him down into place. You know what? This dowel rod's fighting me. So what I'm going to do, I have this pin to guide me. I know where I want his foot. So it's right there. And we'll just let him freeze for a while. Alright, now let's get this little Necron warrior out of here. We'll need this detail too. Just dry fit him real quickly. Oh, I guess I don't need both of them. Oh, this one is if you don't want the dead Necron at his feet. Alright, we'll glue the Necron in place. Sometimes you can just take the flat of your X-Acto. Go in there. Alright, now, like I said, I'm not going to glue the shield on, but I can, since it's push fit, I'll put it there for safekeeping. There we go. The new Primaris Captain from the Indomnitus box. This and Lieutenant are my favorite models out of it, and you gotta love his old co-worker being used to shield him from future danger. It's like a little good luck charm. Well, thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs, and we'll see you next time.